By 1984, Audi had already reshaped what a competitive Group B car needed to be. Peugeot's answer wasn't to copy that formula. It was to take the same basic idea, all-wheel drive paired with a turbocharged engine, and rebuild it from a completely different starting point, one that would end up beating Audi at its own game. The result was the Peugeot 205 Turbo 16, and calling it a version of the standard 205 hatchback was, at best, a technicality. Peugeot kept the headlights, the windshield, the grille, and the door handles from the road car people could actually buy. Almost everything else was new. The engine, a turbocharged 1.8-liter unit, was moved out of the front and relocated behind the driver, in a mid-engine layout, paired with quattro-style permanent all-wheel drive of Peugeot's own design. That mid-engine placement was the key difference separating Peugeot's approach from Audi's. Audi's quattro kept its engine up front, a layout inherited from its road car origins, which meant carrying weight out ahead of the front axle, exactly the same kind of front-heavy compromise that would later show up in Nissan's R32 GTR years afterward. Peugeot's engineers, freed from any obligation to keep the engine in a road car typical position, placed it centrally instead, delivering dramatically better weight balance and, crucially, sharper, more responsive handling through the fast, unpredictable direction changes that define rally stages. Peugeot also built the 205 Turbo 16 remarkably light, using aluminum and composite body panels wherever possible, keeping weight down even as power climbed. That combination, a centrally mounted turbo engine, genuine all-wheel drive, and a weight figure rivals struggled to match, gave the car an agility advantage that Audi's more front-heavy quattro simply couldn't replicate, regardless of how much power Audi's engineers continued adding to their own engine. The results arrived quickly. The Peugeot 205 Turbo 16 claimed the World Rally Championship manufacturers and drivers titles in both 1985 and 1986, becoming, by overall win count, the single most successful car of the entire Group B era, with 16 World Championship rally victories to its name. Drivers including Ari Vatanen, Timo Salonen, and Juha Kankkunen all took the 205 T16 to victories, cementing Peugeot's approach as, in the eyes of many engineers looking back since, the more complete solution than Audi's original formula. Audi's response was not to concede ground. It was to double down, pushing the Quattro's power output even higher and eventually developing the radically shortened Sport Quattro S1, chasing the same weight and balance advantages Peugeot had found first. What had started as Audi quietly introducing all-wheel drive to a sport unprepared for it had, within just a few short years, become a genuine multi-manufacturer arms race, each side pushing power, weight reduction, and technical extremity further than the last, with seemingly no ceiling in sight, and dangerously little consideration yet given to where all of it might eventually lead.